Home prices in New Braunfels are coming down, but they're not coming down far enough and fast enough for people who work in New Braunfels and people who want to live in New Braunfels. They're being shut out of the housing and leasing market here. Today, I'm going to tell you all about the city's plan for more affordable housing and leasing in New Braunfels, including recruiting higher paying jobs. And at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you all about whether or not I think the city's plan is going to work. If you guys are new here to my channel, thank you so much for hopping aboard, because every week we're really trying to put out relevant content just like this about what it's like to live in New Braunfels. The pandemic triggered a significant population spike in New Braunfels, which caused home prices to spike as well to their highest ever in New Braunfels. At the start of the pandemic, our median home price was $245. At the end of December 2022, just a few months ago, it was nearly a record $400,000. We've dropped almost $60,000 since then, but many homes in New Braunfels are still out of reach for many who work here. In fact, the city completed a study pre-pandemic that showed almost 1/3 of the homes on the market for sale in New Braunfels were just too expensive for people working in New Braunfels who wanted to be homeowners or who wanted to rent in New Braunfels, but they just couldn't. And our median home price pre-pandemic in 2018 was well below $245. So if 1/3 of the homes were just too expensive for people working here back in 2018, then many more homes are just financially out of reach for people working here today, given our sharp increase in home prices pre-pandemic and post-pandemic. The city does recognize the need for more affordable housing in New Braunfels. They've created a workforce housing committee to come up with solutions. It's a committee our newly sworn in mayor has served on the last few years. And here are some of the solutions for affordable housing that we're starting to see across New Braunfels. There are several new multifamily developments underway, including many you've seen right here on this channel, from townhomes, apartments, condos in the Creekside shopping area to luxury apartments going up off one of our main loops, 306, to hundreds more multifamily units under construction near our historical district of Green, and 2 more new multifamily developments at the top of the hill off State Highway 46 West. And we're starting to see apartments take shape in our master plan community, Veramendi. The Chamber of Commerce's economic development team says creating all these new multifamily developments, i.e. more affordable housing in New Braunfels, is all about meeting people where they're at in their lives right now. Some people are moving home maybe from college and don't want to stay with mom and dad. Others can't afford a home right now, and still others may not want a home. So thousands more townhomes, apartments, and condos in New Braunfels will give people working in New Braunfels more options to live in New Braunfels, with leases starting as low as $1,300 a month, all the way up to $2,300 plus a month. Here's where this gets really, really interesting, and I think this is going to be a big help, big assist for what the city's doing now, the city's plan. Our home prices in New Braunfels have been sliding the last few months, as we told you. Obviously, inflation has triggered higher interest rates, less buyer demand, which has meant more homes sitting, creating more inventory, and home prices softening. Plus, new construction is a big part of New Braunfels, and builders right now are continuing to build despite the market slowdown, and many of these homes almost finished are still sitting without buyers, which means that builders right now are pleading with us, hey, bring us buyers, please. They're offering record high incentives, record high discounts, and even accepting offers, which makes these prices come down even more, which makes housing in New Braunfels more affordable. That's the secret sauce in New Braunfels. You put more product on the ground in a slow market when there's less buyer demand. And this is why we're seeing price decreases, home price decreases in New Braunfels the last few months. The other piece to the affordable housing puzzle in New Braunfels is recruiting new jobs, higher paying jobs, including IT jobs. I sat down with our outgoing mayor before he left office to talk about recruiting new employers. What type of industries are we recruiting?
The chamber and the economic development arm of the chamber are working really hard to be able to go out and put our name in front of businesses that are in the technology industry, the cybersecurity industry, a very high paying manufacturing jobs. One of the things that Comal County and New Braunfels have never wanted to do is bring smokestacks and high water users. And so they're going to continue to stay away from that kind of business. But I think the the high wage manufacturing jobs. I think the financial industry is another. I think we've outgrown call centers. That may not be something that continues to be seen in New Braunfels.
What about IT? Is IT on the table?
It's
anywhere?
extremely important, and they're working both ends with Austin and San Antonio, not necessarily trying to steal jobs, but maybe you have a big location in Austin or San Antonio, but you need a second or third location. Sure. And we want those kinds of jobs to come here because that's important. And they are good paying jobs. And, you know, when you start thinking about the CGTs of the world that are located here, a Canadian-based company and Continental, both of those are providing really good paying jobs in clean industry. That is a long-term industry too. It's not, oh, we're going to outgrow cars. I don't think we're going to outgrow cars. May not be gas cars. I don't know what it is for the future. But those two industries are huge for us. And that's what the Chamber and the Economic Development team are working on to try to recruit.
I agree. Those clean manufacturing jobs, the IT jobs, those are all good paying jobs that will help people who work in New Braunfels live here as well. This, combined with adding all those new multifamily developments in New Braunfels, really, I think, helps speed up housing affordability in New Braunfels. I think home prices in New Braunfels will continue to slide the rest of the year, or at least through the third quarter of this year. Remember, the Fed keeps saying, hey, we're not finished with you guys yet. We're going to drive down inflation all the way down to 2%. And right now, we're just under 5%. The floor is yours. Do you work in New Braunfels right now and still being shut out of the housing or the leasing market here? After watching today's video, are you feeling a little bit more encouraged about housing affordability in New Braunfels, whether you work here right now or plan on moving here, working here, and eventually living here? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you plan on buying or selling in New Braunfels, I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can email me, you can call me, or you can shoot me a text. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching our videos, and we'll see you on the next one.